Is this the one that sent like over 800K?
He sent like at least like 1.5 million. I'm like, yeah, like I'm kind of kinky, like I'm into feet. I'm like, so I slapped him in the face.
And you changed his life.
Do it again. And I like did it again. And, like he's like, do it again. I, like did it again. And, like it was just multiple times. He's like harder. Like he just wanted more. I think one of my subs has 27 screens. I think the longest he spent in there was around 48 hours straight. Most people who have gotten to the point that they're on our pages, I think, have a porn addiction. It's difficult for me to feel bad for someone because they just can't stop jerking off. Oh, the world's smallest violin.
Welcome to another episode of Uncensored. Today we have the legendary Valentina Fox. Valentina Fox is a 7-figure earning AVN/XBiz nominated clip artist and financial dominatrix. She is based in LA but started her career in New York City, first as a makeup artist in the industry and then as a dom herself. Known for her captivating Gooner content, Valentina has made a name for herself and has consistently dominated her favorite categories. Most recently, she's been working on her Fox Files YouTube series with I Want Clips, showing off a new vlog-style portrayal of the life of a Fandom. Although she initially started with a combination of online and in-person work, she's found massive success online and has converted to an online-only Fandom and Fetish content creator. She's a true master of the tease and mindfuck, and we're so excited to get into her mind today. We met in New York like 3 years ago, and
I
you...
think it was even longer, actually, because I've been in LA for almost 3 years. It was like 5 maybe. Like,
oh my God, was it
4 or
really?
5. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
It's been a while.
Oh my God, time flies. Because
I was just thinking that.
I remember like I reached out to you that's when I started being face out.
Yes.
And I needed someone to do my makeup for photo shoots.
I remember that, your big reveal.
Yeah, I know. And I remember like, what was it? You were still like quite new to Domi in general 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think I'd only been like into clips for like a year at that point, maybe.
Yeah, and the makeup stuff was like, I mean, you've always been fantastic at makeup. So I want to kind of go back and talk about the origin story. How did you go from doing makeup in New York to now becoming Valentina Fox?
Yes, it's definitely a story. So I moved to New York when I was 18. I immediately was getting like a lot of male attention, and you know, as an 18-year-old girl, I'm like, how can I like monetize this? I tried the sugaring thing very briefly when I was 18. And just I couldn't really fully get into that dynamic. I guess it was honestly just that I'm more dominant in that sense, because obviously a lot of sugar daddies want baby and they want you to be super submissive and they expect to lead that dynamic. And I would get really frustrated with those kinds of dynamics.
Yeah, you're like, I want what I want, and this is like not happening right now.
I just couldn't help it. Like they would say things to me and I'm like, okay, who do you think you are? Just the attitude would naturally come out. Yeah, and then I was working as a makeup artist. I ended up working with a group that worked with a lot of providers, and they kind of did like branding for providers. It was mostly escorts, but they did some doms. And so they would like rent penthouses. They would come into town and rent penthouses, like 4 or 5 different penthouses, and we'd move from penthouse to penthouse and shoot different sex workers in each spot, and then we'd have parties in those penthouses afterwards.
Fun.
It was really fun, and that was my first like intro into the industry. And like I said, that was mostly providers, but there were a few doms there, and I was always really interested in them. And then one day I did makeup for, I wish I knew her name, because this woman honestly was like a pivotal moment in my life. But she was a pro dom based in New York, and she recommended that I read the book Hoe Tactics, which is basically like, it's basically like an intense Bible of like how to sugar baby, but like in the most like manipulative, like cutthroat way. Like, that just kind of really opened my eyes to how much money I was leaving on the table and the other kinds of dynamics that were possible, and that I didn't have to just be a sugar baby. So I read the book. I started experimenting, like in the book, he's very specific about like how to dress, how to talk, how to act on dates. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of just like single at the time. I was like, let me see. Is he right? Like, does it work? Mm-hmm. So I kind of started playing it with it like that. And yeah, that led me to just getting more comfortable in the industry. At the same time as that, I had someone that I grew up with. He was actually someone that I went to high school with.
I remember you telling me about this. Yes.
Yeah. So he had a huge crush on me all through high school. And he was always that like friend zone guy. And like I knew he was in love with me, but I would always just be like, ha ha, it's so funny that you're in love with me. And I would like tell him about my boyfriends and stuff like that.
So you were cucking him before you knew what cooking was.
Before I knew, yeah. I just thought it was funny. I like really enjoyed teasing him. I really enjoyed how desperate he was for me. And that he was like okay with knowing that he couldn't have me, and still just wanted me to be happy. I was like, this is so great. So yeah, this was a few years after high school, because I think I was 20, around 19 or 20, when he started reaching out again. And we had stayed friends. I remember we went out to dinner one night, and I had stumbled across the Fandom community on Twitter. And I remember like seeing it, and that was at the time that it was mostly hashtags, and it was like fuck you, pay me era of Fandom. And I found it, and I was like, oh my God, like this would be amazing. I would do great at this. I can be mean to men. And I actually did try to join, and I remember telling him I think I'd be really great at this, and he seemed really kind of unfazed by it. He was like, yeah, I think so. And that was the end of the conversation. And I did try to make an account. It's actually my promo account now. So this was 2016.
Wow.
I wish I had stuck to it. Like I wish, but I was on there for like a week. I was faceless. And I was like hashtagging, you know, fuck you, hashtag pay pig, like those things. Didn't really make any money. Abandoned it. He started messaging and asking if he could buy videos of me laughing. Started as 10-second Snapchat videos. It turned into, can I send you photos of me to laugh at? So he was a sissy. He ended up like stealing his girlfriend's bra and panties and like dressing up for me and wanting me to laugh at these photos and videos of him and tell me that his girlfriend should dump him, and you know. Yeah, so that was my first like playtime playing with a sub, and that kind of developed over a few months.
How did you feel when he was requesting it and you were like tapping into this side of yourself?
I didn't really know what it was yet. Like I had no idea what a sissy was. So I obviously was like, oh, this is so cool. I can get $100 for a 10-second video of me laughing. Great. And I obviously knew he was getting off on it. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't fully understand what a sissy was or why he enjoyed wearing his girlfriend's bras so much, or like, I didn't really fully understand what that was doing for him. And then I just, it was easy to bully that though. Like it was easy to make fun of him. And like I said, I had been teasing him for years. So it just came out. I just started gradually being meaner and meaner and meaner to him, and more demanding. Like, oh, send more. And he was pretty broke. And so within a few months, he was like, you know, goddess, I can't afford this. I really want to keep playing. You deserve so many subs. Please get on Twitter. And he's the one that actually convinced me to go face out on Twitter and like try again. And the second time, I feel like my account took off pretty quickly.
Oh, amazing. So he really was like, I feel like every dom has that one sub that like really encourages the dominance in you. And there is something like really fascinating about that like dual dynamic together. Is he still in your life playing here or there?
So what was crazy is after a few months of us playing, when he started pushing me to join Twitter, he showed me his Twitter. And he had like 10,000 followers as a sub.
Oh, really?
And he was like a filming sub for a bunch of doms in New York, I mean in DC. So I was like, oh, you're like really into this world.
Yeah. He was like, he identified talent.
Yeah.
And he like brought talent into the industry.
Me.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And I don't know if that first conversation that we had that I brought it up, if he had already known about it at that point, or if that was his introduction as well. And then he just went home and got fully into it. But yeah, no, we did play for the first like 2 years of my career, and then he was honestly a little unstable and kind of needed to exit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely really fun, and I'm glad that it was someone that I was so comfortable with. That was my first like sub in that way, because I just felt really safe exploring that dynamic with him before I really knew what I was doing.
Yeah, so you got onto Twitter, and when you began, were you like DMing subs on Twitter? Did you start a clip site immediately? Like, what was that trajectory like, where you were now like going from lifestyle to a little bit more pro?
Yeah, it took me some time to make content. I wish I had gotten more serious faster with content, but that was, when X was Twitter and when we weren't super shadow banned. So at that point, hashtags did still work. So I feel like I was just using like hashtag NYCDom, like hashtag cash meet. I feel like the hashtag cash meet and NYCDom got me a lot of subs right away in New York. And then I started doing cash meets pretty quickly, within like the first few weeks of me doing it, which I then recorded and then posted on Twitter. And then that got me like more attention on Twitter, more subs.
Yeah, tell us the story of the first cash meet.
Oh,
How did you feel going into it? Were you nervous? How did you vet this random person you met online?
not well enough, that's what I'll say. Like, now I would do a lot more vetting. But he actually, I mean, now I know that sub is a community whore. He might even have been someone that you've played with in New York.
Do you have a name?
I know his real name. It was he's a cum eater.
Oh, okay.
And like homewrecker.
Cum eaters. We'll bleep it out. We'll bleep
cum eaters.
And did you meet in public, at a bank?
Yeah, we met at the bank.
Okay.
Yeah, so we met at the ATM, like a true cash meet. I think he took out maybe $500, got on his knees, handed it to me. And then my first day doing cash meets, I had 2 cash meets. Or 2 meets, I guess. So the first one was at the ATM, $500. It was really quick. I think I like spit in his face or in his mouth or something after, and then walked away. And then I immediately left and went to meet the second sub for the first time. And he took me to, I think it was Aldo or Steve Madden. We went shoe shopping, and he bought me like 3 or 4 pairs of shoes and then gave me $500.
Love.
Yeah, and then I went home, and I think that was right around my birthday, because I started my Twitter like I think a week and a half before my birthday, so I think that was like right around my birthday, and I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah, and this is what time is it? Like 2018?
This is 2019.
Okay, so Fandom was really taking off.
Yeah, this was
during this time. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it really started to blow up the next year too, like with COVID. So I'm really happy that I got serious about it like before COVID.
Yeah, the timing worked out like impeccably for you.
I still wish that I had done it in 2016, like when I first found it. I was just so scared of people I know finding my account.
Yeah,
and, like,
same.
In
hindsight, I'm like, I should have been face out.
I should have just gone for it. Yeah, like, yeah, especially like both of us have beautiful faces. Like the faces are the money makers.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I got no follows, no money when I was faceless, and then as soon as I was like face out, I think it took off pretty quickly. I feel really lucky too, because just some big doms that I like looked up to. Like I remember Mistress Karina was like one of the first people that followed me.
I love her.
I loved her from the beginning.
Oh my god, her personality is just
so
like
funny. Like
so big.
I haven't met her in person, but I really want to.
She's in London. Yeah, the next time you're there, like we should all hang out.
That would be amazing. But I just remember her following me and me being like, all right, like I gotta lock in. Like serious people are following me now. Like, yeah, and then it took me about, I think, like maybe 6 months to get onto OnlyFans and start making like short video content and photos, and then it maybe took like 10 or 11 months to start making clips. Okay. And I Want Clips was the first site that I joined.
Oh, love I Want Clips.
Love I Want Clips.
Just plugging them here right now. I know where the whales are at, and they're on I Want Clips. For over 11 years, I Want Clips has earned its place as a home of big spenders and top earners in Fetish. As some of you know, I have a great relationship with IWC. I went out to LA for a sponsored shoot with them to be on a truck billboard. I have done their Halloween special, and they are a wonderful site that really supports femdoms like me. I have a clip store there too, obviously. If you join today and use the code MXTOMIE, you'll get 15% off your entire kinky shopping cart. That is, again, MXTOMIE, MXTOMIE. Artists claim 90% of the total revenue for the first 3 months. Thank you so much to I Want Clips for sponsoring this episode of Uncensored with MX Tomie. So for in-person sessions, was it mainly cash meets, or for people who are listening to this podcast, like there's so many ranges of like in-person experiences, right? It can go from like a cash meet, which is someone just meets up and hands off cash, to like full-length 3-hour multi-day like sessions where there's an experience being built. What type of in-person did you do when you were doing in-person?
Yeah, so mostly foot sessions. The guy that I was saying that took me shoe shopping, we ended up sessioning quite a bit. And as we got more comfortable with each other, like we would do a lot of sessions in the hotel rooms, and maybe like 2-hour foot worship sessions, ball busting sessions. He loved ball busting in the new heels that he just bought for me, which was always really fun. I used to have a couple more subs that were just really into shopping and like the humiliation aspect of it. I had a video that went like viral in our community a few years ago, and it was me sitting on, like, a sub is like on his hands and knees in the street of New York, and I'm like sitting on him like, oh, I just wanted to take a rest, like, and that was after one of our shopping trips, and it got a lot of attention because as I'm sitting on him like, oh, I just was so tired, so a guy like walked by behind me and is like, simp, man, that's a fucking simp, and he just like screams it in the video. That guy actually owns a bar in New York, so I used to go into his bar and like torment him at work.
Oh God, that's so hot though.
He was really open about it too. Like his whole staff knew that I was his dom, and like he was very open about it. Yeah. Yeah, and then I had a sub who was in Jersey, and he was more of like my service sub. He would come to my apartment a lot and clean for me, or like I used to host parties a lot in New York, so he would be our little butler.
Cute.
Yeah, we threw like a Himboween party with him.
Oh my God.
as our himbo, and all my drunk vanilla friends, we like had bells around the house to like ring like himbo.
He's so lucky he got to serve.
It was such a great night.
So I know now that you only do online work. What made you transition from in-person to, or some in-person to like fully online?
Yeah, so I moved from New York to LA like 2.5 years ago, a little bit over that. And like I said, all of my in-person work was in New York. So when I moved to LA, I didn't have any clients out here that were in-person clients. Actually, that's not true. I had one, but we only go shopping together. So it's not, we don't do sessions in person. And he's been very naughty and has been caught by his wife, so.
Ooh.
So that kind of ended. But yeah, I didn't have like that clientele out here when I came out here, and at that point my clips were starting to blow up, and I was also getting more into live streaming as I started to transition from New York to LA. And I'm making $1,000 to $2,000 on a live stream within an hour. I used to charge $500 for a cash meet, so it's like that math stopped making sense. Like if I can stay home and sit on my couch and make $2,000, why would I go meet this guy for $500?
Did you ever raise your in-person to match the online, or were you just like, I'm done with that completely without any?
I definitely told some people some pretty ridiculous prices. Like told them like the cost for like a session for an hour would be $10K, or like a cash meet would be $5K. Partially because I just didn't really want to. But I'm like, okay, if you really want to, then I'll do it for an exorbitant price. But now, I honestly have kind of gotten away from really long-term dom sub dynamics. I think partially because I've shifted more into online work. I don't think that a lot of the long-term dynamics are as sustainable online. I don't think the dynamics are as sustainable online. I feel like the people that are going to pro doms or are seeking out in-person sessions are more comfortable exploring, and it's not so much of like a cyclical thing for them, where like a lot of the online subs are like really, really into it for like 3 days, and then they disappear for 2 weeks, and then they're back, and then they're gone. I was getting so jaded and so burnt out from trying to build relationships with those kinds of subs.
Yeah.
And from having these subs, you know, like fill out my sub application or spend months at a time trying to build up to be owned by me. And then they would ghost or start feeling bad about their spending or just feeling bad about being submissive. And I just kind of stopped wanting to put any expectations that they're going to be around after our session. So now I mostly do just one-off sessions. I do streams. I still have a lot of subs that I've been in contact with for years, and like I know really well, and I know what's going on in their life. But I don't have any own subs at this point. I honestly don't know if I would want to do that again.
And I think every dom has a different, like, you know, preference in line for that too.
Yeah. I would kind of rather just, you know, pop online and be like, I'm here, who's online, who's ready to play, and play with them and take the money, as much money as I can from them while they're in front of me, and then until next time.
Yeah, tell me about what a Valentina live stream is like. What do you do?
Yeah, I actually have really enjoyed going live. So first of all, I have a SoundCloud, and I have made...
You have a SoundCloud?
Yeah. I was like, model, entrepreneur, SoundCloud producer.
Yeah, SoundCloud DJ.
Yeah, no, I honestly think my SoundCloud is one of the smartest things I've done. And I actually have I have 2 really, really good songs on there. I should do this again. But I put out a thing that was like free task for subs, and all they had to do was chop up my my clips and mix it with a song that I liked, and then like kind of make like a mix for me. So one of those is like a Lana Del Rey mix, and it's like a 25-minute song. So I play my music in the background of my live streams.
Oh, cute. I love the like auditory control of
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And a lot of subs are like really tripped out. They're like, is this your voice behind you? I'm like, yeah. I think I'm also very myself on live streams. Like I think subs definitely see a little bit more of my actual personality. I feel like when I was newer into the dom scene, I felt very like rigid in my persona, and like I had to like present as like a really badass tough dom all the time. And now, you know, just like with maturity and growth in my career and feeling more comfortable in myself, like I know I can be more playful, and like I can be nice to my subs, and it doesn't like mean that I'm not dominant.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. When you're playing with subs online, is it a drain? Is it like you're giving out tasks? I know everybody does it differently.
Yeah, probably both. Mostly like drain. I really like incorporating my clips into sessions. One of the things that I'm kind of like big on is like a goon cave.
Ooh.
So I love making subs build out like a really intense audio and visual experience for themselves. Like maybe like I tell them to go into the smallest place that they can find, which is usually a closet, a dark room, put as many screens in there as you can find, like monitors, TV, projectors, whatever,
just
like
inundated.
Everything, like, and then play as many of my clips as you can at the same time. And so a lot of the times with my sessions, I'll have my subs in a setup like that, or at the minimum watching one of my clips in the background. Because that way, especially if it's like a video reply session, I feel like it just makes it so much more immersive than, you know, because sometimes there's like a few minute lag in between like a message sending or, yeah, I just think it makes it a lot more intense for them. And then it's also a good way to get more clip sales, because I'll be like, I want you to have these 5 clips for this session.
It's a great funnel. I was just thinking that, like, it's such a good like strategy to get them like deeper into your control, and also introduce them to new videos if they haven't seen any.
Yeah, and even that SoundCloud task that I was saying, like, I had a bunch of, it was a free task that I listed, but then I was like, you know, to complete this free task, you have to have my clips. And so a bunch of the people like went out and bought the clips to complete the task and make a little song.
Yeah, speaking of clips, what would like a typical Valentina Fox clip be like?
Definitely I've gotten deep into the gooning. I love gooning mindfuck content. There's almost always like a binaural beat or like some type of like frequency that I put behind whatever I'm saying. Sometimes you can't even hear it. I just feel like it adds to the like feel.
Yeah, the texture of like what's happening.
Sometimes it even makes me feel like I'm being hypnotized when I'm like editing it. Lots of eye contact with the camera. I love face worship kind of stuff. And definitely a lot of my stuff has really been focused on porn addiction recently, and like you can't stop jerking off. I feel like I kind of started going that direction because obviously like humiliation is like a huge part of femdom. But with clips, it's like, there's like small penis humiliation, like height humiliation. There's all these like specific niches that like then not everyone falls under, But like, I feel like a porn addiction, like most people who have gotten to the point that they're on our pages, I think have a porn addiction. So I feel like that kind of speaks to most of them.
Yeah.
Versus like small penis humiliation or like height or weight or whatever else.
Yeah. I feel like in the Dom community too, there's like split thoughts around the porn addiction fetish.
Yeah.
Like, do you actually think it's a real addiction, or we're just playing into like the idea that it's addictive in order to make it more humiliating and a turn on? Because some people are like, oh, there's studies done that's not addictive, it's just a thing that you do.
It's definitely controversial. Like, especially like when I was at AVN last year for the first time. That was like right after my Porn Addicts Anonymous series kind of blew up, and I was like talking to like some porn stars and stuff about it, just like telling them what I do, and it was definitely controversial. Like some of them were not fans of that concept, did not like that idea, obviously because maybe they thought it's gonna like hurt their part of the industry. No, I think porn addiction is absolutely a real thing. I think that it can cause ED. I think that it can cause all types of like physical problems and intimacy problems, like with anyone that you actually want to date. I don't think that all porn consumption is bad, obviously, but I think it can definitely be addictive. I guess it's not considered like a physical dependence addiction, but I've seen it like genuinely ruin people's lives and genuinely ruin their marriages or relationships with their families. So I would definitely consider that a real addiction just because of the consequences of it.
Yeah, I think like anyone can be addicted to anything, right?
Yeah.
People can be addicted to like white sugar and bread, and there's been cases of it. And I think like sometimes like femdom is about like tapping into something taboo and like maybe reclaiming it in certain circumstances. Do you talk about that in your videos at all, or is there aftercare, or you're like, I'm not that type of dom. I'm not that type of dom, and like if you're here with me, like I'm going to be exploiting your weakness completely, and I have no regrets about it.
That's kind of more me now. I don't really have much aftercare, especially for the porn addict stuff, because I think I have a couple aftercare videos, but they're pretty condescending. Yeah, because I just, it's difficult for me to feel bad for someone because they just can't stop jerking off. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, world's smallest violin.
Like, oh my God, yeah. There is something really funny about like that being the thing that you have a problem with sometimes.
Right.
Yeah. There's something really humiliating about it.
Right. So it's like, on some level, I can empathize, or not empathize, I guess, sympathize. I can feel bad for them that they're like, clearly out of control of themselves. But at the same time, like, it's such a ridiculous thing that...
Yeah, and there's such a wide spectrum of like femdom content too, where there's some doms where it's like, okay, we're going to do aftercare after the scene and whatever, and then there's doms like you where you're like, we're going deeper.
Yeah.
We're going harder.
Yeah, I think I have one clip specifically that I don't remember what it's called, but it started as like an aftercare clip. It's like a post-nut clarity clip. So it's like, oh, I bet you're feeling really ashamed of yourself now. Like, and then I just make them keep jerking off through it, like jerk to the shame.
Yeah, that's such a mindfuck too. Yeah. My thing about, there are some subs who complain that doms need to take responsibility for some of the clips they're about, but in my opinion, there's such a wide range of content out there, which is like, if you want aftercare, there's another dom that like does that, and you can find that. And if you're here and you're deep in this section, it's because you're looking for it, and you're looking for that degradation, and you're looking for like that level of intensity. And at the end of the day, it's a screen, right? And that's a big difference between in-person and digital. At the end of the screen, you can turn it off.
Right. What's that like Tyler Creator quote that's like, how are you getting cyberbullied? Just close the computer.
No, exactly. It's like, okay, you know, it's literally a screen. You're not actually in bondage where you have no control over your situation. At the end of the day, like,
you can stop.
The screen is a projection of like your own desires. And yeah,
and like you said, like,
and
some of them want that.
I do love an evil woman, you know, some
evil woman. But like you said, some of them want that like aftercare, and they want like a more nurturing dom, and then other ones I think of myself as pretty mean. Some subs come to me and they're, be meaner, you're too nice. Like, I'm like, really?
I was like, oh, you've been through some stuff.
Like, oh, who have you been talking
to? Some stuff. Has anyone ever completely like lost it over you on a clip? And I want to know the story.
What do you mean lost it?
Like, just completely like went into a space. Like, I'm like wondering about like maybe like a sub story where like someone was like so into you and your videos, and like they really hit that next level, and it was like exceptional for you to experience.
Yeah, I feel like I've had quite a few get like that because I encourage gooning to such an extreme level. Like, I have had quite a few subs like get really intense goon caves. I think one of my subs has 27 screens in his goon cave, and he spent, I think the longest he spent in there was around 48 hours straight.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so he had like a bottle in there to pee in, and like had I guess some water and snacks in there, and did not leave his closet for the entire weekend. But I've had others go even longer. I think the longest someone has like jerked was like around 90 hours.
Continuously, no sleep?
Yeah.
How do you even stay up for 90 hours?
I think he was definitely taking some things. Because I was sleeping, obviously. Like, I was sleeping and then waking up, and he's like,
yeah, he's
I'm
still there.
Here.
And you're like, oh, I'm well rested.
I'm like, oh.
How do you even like stay hard for that long?
Yeah, Viagra for sure.
Okay. Wild. Like that. Your videos are powerful. You're a powerful woman.
Yeah, and I love that, and it just puts them in such a like that like like the gooner like where they're just like smashing
out,
the keyboard,
like, rolling back, drooling.
Yeah. So that's really fun for me. I researched MK Ultra a lot when I first started making clips. I love MK Ultra. I love like cult stuff.
Did you ever go to Wicked Eden's like dungeon?
No, I didn't.
She has a MK Ultra room.
Oh my God.
It's screens everywhere. It's a white room. Screens
absolutely
everywhere. You can project whatever you want. And there's a seat in the middle that is a full bondage seat.
That is my dream.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And that's the only MK Ultra room, like dungeon room in the US.
I've never heard of that. That is literally like my biggest fantasy. Like, I feel like my biggest like mindfuck fantasy would be a room like that that's just all screens, them like straight jacketed.
Yes, yeah. That's the room for you. If you ever want to shoot a video,
eyes taped open.
Yeah, like Alexandra Snow has like created, and it's a fully soundproof.
That's so cool.
And it's in this renovated library.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I definitely like that would be an in-person session that I would like really love to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I love the idea of like full mind control, and like you said, the cult stuff, like going so deep.
Yeah,
and
I'm just like so fascinated with that, and like the effects like long term that it has. Yeah, and obviously I'm not able to do fully intense things as like the real MK Ultra experiments. But I definitely see the effects of like my clips, and even I think I put it, like I said, I always put in like subliminal messaging, and I put in like binaural beats, like there's a lot of layers in my clips that a lot of times you can't even hear, but I feel like they are still like reprogramming.
Yeah. I know that a lot of platforms are getting more difficult having like hypno stuff and like these really intense, like mindfuck stuff out there. How do you navigate the like online censorship?
Yeah. Honestly, so far, I feel like I've just been changing the tags. I haven't really changed the content too much. And I just haven't called it mesmerize anymore. I think mindfuck is still allowed. I think mesmerize was just taken off of a few sites. But yeah, and then once mindfuck, if they take that, I guess it'll just be all gooning.
Gooner paradise. I would love to know what is like the wildest online sub interaction that you've had that made you realize like, oh shit, I'm really good at this.
Probably my current favorite whale sub.
Is this the one that sent like over 800K?
Yeah.
Okay.
He sent like probably like at least like 1.5 million. He's probably sent 2 and I've gotten 1.5. Yeah, and the biggest drain that we've ever done in a night was around 200K.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I had a 200K drain with him, or no, I had a 150K drain with him last August, and then I had a 200K drain with him in September. And that was when I bought my house. Because I was like, I have so much cash right now. Like, it was kind of scary. I was like, what do I do with all this? Like, I want to be smart with it. So, like, where do I put this? And I already have, like, good investment accounts. And I was like, I feel like it needs to be something.
Yeah. Walk us through, like, how that drain happened. How did you find him, you know?
He
like,
found
how
me.
did you...
Actually, through iWantClips.
Okay.
He found me through my clips. He messaged me on iWantClips originally. And he only sent, like, maybe $100, I think, when he approached. Like, it wasn't, like, a crazy... Like, I didn't know he was a whale right away. Yeah, and then he found me on LoyalFans. And we started sessioning here and there on LoyalFans. I think the first drain we did was, like, 15K. Which, at the time, I was like, oh, my God, this is great. Like, wow. And it was always pretty easy with him. He's not into humiliation. He just likes, like, being mindless. Like, he likes that, like, when his dick is hard, my brain is shut off kind of thing. And he honestly just loves spoiling women. He's, ironically, I feel like one of my easiest subs. Like, he really doesn't want to chat unless we're doing drains, which is so... amazing because so many whales I feel like I've had in the past. I've even had to cut off some of my whales in the past because they've gotten so annoying, honestly. Like, they need so much attention that I'm like, I can't keep up with this.
Yeah.
But he's just so easy. And yeah, the first few months it was like drains under 30K, like once a month. And then he loves buying for my throne too. So like most of my closet is stuff that he paid for. He paid for these shoes. And I've kind of realized that the wish list, like, makes him spiral even harder. Like, if I can add a bunch of, like, you know, some hot, slutty little dresses, like, him buying those things makes him even, like, more turned on and gonna spend even more money.
Yeah,
so I started sub. Right. So I started adding like a ton of stuff to my wish list just to kind of like bait him even more. So yeah, I've had like insane, like one of my Fox Files episodes was a 100K wish list haul. That was
yes,
from him.
I saw that. Yeah. Okay, fun.
And he just like loves, and he also gets off on like just that I don't need any of it. Like he's like I have an insane designer purse closet, and he's like, I want your friends to just go in there and take whatever they want. Like I've like destroyed a couple designer bags on camera for him. Like he loves me destroying expensive things and then being like, now you're gonna buy it again.
Yeah, you have a video on your Twitter account, which is you destroying this Goyard bag. Yeah, when you're cutting it up into the ocean.
The most dramatic way.
And there's like sand everywhere. You're like scooping water into it. I just like, it's so fun. Like, this is a unhinged woman just like on the beach right now. And I love that video so much.
Yes. There has been a few like that. I'd like blowtorched a Balenciaga bag a few months ago.
How did it smell?
Oh my God. Like horrible. Like,
did you in your backyard?
Yeah, it was horrible. Like I was not, it was terrible.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not doing blowtorches again.
No, that was terrible. I was like almost crying. It smelled so bad. But yeah, that part has been really, really fun too. The designer destruction part.
Yeah. Do you have videos of the designer destruction stuff?
Yeah, I have
Is it just for him, or do other subs like that too?
I honestly should start posting them more. Like obviously I posted the Goyard one on Twitter. There's a few others that I probably should post like on my fan sites. Most of my subs are not rich, so most of them, but I feel like they still enjoy that. Like it's almost more, I also really enjoy like hate stroke content. which is kind of, I would say, like, targeted at, like, the incels, or, like, targeted at the incel inside of some of the subs, which is like, oh, this is so unfair, isn't it? Like, you work so hard and you still don't make as much money as I do. Like, and so I think, like, the subs that can't afford that designer stuff would still love and hate to see me destroy it.
Yeah. I think the hate story content is so much fun.
It's so fun.
Because there's, like, this dual reaction that happens when a woman's successful, right? And a lot of subs sometimes get really jealous.
Yeah.
And they're unhappy with it. And they should stroke to it, too.
Yeah. I love bringing that up, and I think it kind of started for me, like, in my live streams, because there are obviously so many trolls will, like, come into the live streams, especially if it's, like, a public live stream. And I've also gotten really great at dealing with trolls from being in this industry for so long. So, like, you know, they'll come in and, like, say stuff like, you didn't even earn any of this money. Like, this isn't right. Like, this shouldn't be yours. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's not right, is it? Like, but here you are.
Here on the live stream.
Here you are.
Yeah, no one did anything to you, and you're right here.
Watching, paying.
In the goon pile with all the gooners.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I love hate stroke content.
Okay, I love that you have such an amazing whale, and it's like
I love him.
Yeah, I mean, that's fantastic. How did you celebrate after
house?
Each drain? Yeah, or the house.
Oh,
like,
the drain?
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like it's frying my brain because, like, after the 200K drain, I actually did a drain with him a few days ago, or like, yeah, it was over the weekend, and I think it was probably around 40K, and that just, like, I feel like my dopamine is, like, shot. Like, it didn't make me feel that much anymore, which is so crazy to say, and I know that's, like, so out of touch to say, but it's just, like, once you have, like, such crazy drains like that, and then, like...
No, but that is true. I once had a sub give me, like, 300K, but it's a very different situation, right? Where, like, we had lawyers involved, and I don't have to pay, like, taxes on
That's
it,
hot.
and it's, like, it was a whole procedure. But, like, after that, a lot of, like, big tributes are, like, I'm
Just
like,
don't hit the
it
same.
feels it does feel normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, which is, like, crazy that, like, you know, we did a 40K drain the other day, and I was kind of disappointed. Like, I was like, okay, thought it would be 100. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, I was so close to getting there, and now I'm being teased.
Yeah.
You're like, maybe next time you can make me happy.
But it's really hot. Like, I definitely end up masturbating after those kinds of drains. Like, slash during them, because it's so hot.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're being pleasured in every way possible in
Yeah.
that moment. Okay, I mean, after hearing all of that, it makes so much sense that you don't do it in person anymore.
Right.
It's like, why,
What would I even
why
charge
bother?
for that?
Exactly.
Like, okay, yeah, we can session for 500K.
Yeah. Like, that's how much it costs to even, like, interact with you online. It doesn't make sense for you to, like, be physically there.
Yeah.
Unless there's something else, right? That is, like, exceptional around.
Like the MK Ultra thing I would do.
I think you're going to love that room. Like, it is set up for
That
you.
you planted a seed.
Yes, I did. I would love to know, like, do you ever get nostalgic for in-person work? Do you ever get nostalgic for, like, the dom sub dynamics, or you're like, I'm set?
Yeah, sometimes, like, the shopping trips. I love the shopping trips. I love ball busting, too. I guess those are the two things I get nostalgic for. I love having my feet worshipped, but I feel like that's pretty easy to find vanilla men to worship my feet in my personal life.
Feet worship is vanilla, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
exactly.
I also think piss is vanilla.
Yeah, or like, that's not crazy.
Yeah, it's
like
not.
when people are like, oh, like, yeah, like, I'm kind of kinky, like, I'm into feet. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I do feel like sometimes, like, obviously I get it online through my interactions with subs, but there is something definitely very, like, predatory in me that I really love, like seeking out a man in a bar, and I'm like, that one, you know, like, and, like, locking in, and, like, I do, like, feel like a predator, like, in that way of, like, how I, like, scope a room and, like, can just sense, like, the submissive vibe from someone.
Like your Uber driver this morning.
Yeah, my Uber driver was submissive this morning, and I don't generally share what I do for work with Uber drivers, but something about him I was like, yeah, I'm a dom, and he was like, oh, I never tell anyone this, but like I am interested in that kind of stuff. So I feel like those kind of guys are everywhere. And especially when I'm like drinking and like going out with my friends and I'm feeling like a little frisky, like that side of me comes out a lot more. Like I get very like, ooh, like
you're hunting.
Yes. Like I want to play. Like,
oh my God. I'm like, we need to go drinking together.
Yes.
I literally feel the same way.
Like it's so fun.
I feel insane sometimes when I'm drinking.
It's and I like a predator. I'm like,
yeah. Also, like I also am like a bit of a hard sadist, which is why I love in-person work. Like I can't. It's hard for me to make someone bleed online.
Yeah.
Like it's not the same if they're doing it to themselves.
And even if you're like even when I'm like slap at yourself or it's like slap your balls, I'm like wasn't hard enough.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
not the same. They always pull back.
They always hold back. Yeah. So I feel like I get my fill of that. Just like in general, like at bars, I've like Goddess Nova is one of my really good friends, and we were at a bar when I first like moved to LA. Mm-hmm. And there was these 3 guys, and 2 of them were so, like, douchey, like, you could tell they thought they were, like, hot shit. And they were, like, trying to hit on us, and we were kind of like, move along. And then their friend was, like a little dweeby-looking, like a little, like, the awkward...
nerdy.
awkward kind of nerdy friend, yeah. Like, he was kind of excluded from their little... They were kind of like wingmanning each other. And so the nerdy guy sat down next to me and just started talking to me after the douchey ones had left and was like, oh, like, what do you do? And I told him that I'm a dominatrix. And he was like, oh, really? Like, I've always been interested in that. Like, I feel like that's, once you tell him, like, so many guys are like, oh, and then he was like, oh, yeah, like, I've fantasized about things like that. I'm like drunk. I'm like, what have you fantasized about? Like, what do you fantasize about? Like, someone hurting you or, like, being mean? Like, and he's like, yeah, maybe hurting me. And I was like, would you want me to hurt you? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, would you want me to slap you in the face really hard? And he was like, yeah, I think I'd like that. And I was like, do you want me to do that? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, right now? And he's like, yeah. So I slapped him in the face.
And you changed his life in that moment.
He was like, do it again. And I like did it again. And like he's like, do it again. I like did it again. And like it was just multiple times. He's like harder. Like he just wanted more. And then I'm like, Nova, like come here. Like this guy like likes to be slapped. So like she comes over and like starts slapping him too. And like his friends at this point are seeing it. And they're like, oh my God, like. And he ended up hanging out with us for the rest of the night. He took me to dinner and then blocked me the next morning.
he had the post-com clarity moment. Yeah. He's like, but you're always going to be on his mind.
Oh, yeah. I know
forever.
That was like a life-changing experience for him.
Yes. Oh, my God.
And I'm never offended by a block. I know that it means I got in there deep.
Yes. Absolutely. A block is a compliment.
A block is like, oh, I'm
they're like,
touched.
we literally can't, like, I cannot see you. You cannot be around me because I'm going to spiral. Okay, I'm going to pivot a little bit and talk about, like, Fandoming as an industry in general. You started, like, really, like, getting into your career in 2019, 2020. That was, like, when Fandoming was peaking and it, like, made it viral in mainstream media. And I feel like right now there's such an oversaturation of Fandoms and there's so much misinformation out there.
Yeah.
So I would love to know, like, your honest opinion about the current Fandom landscape as someone who's, like, super successful at what they're doing right now.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't take it seriously. Like, I think it's been... Like, I see so many TikTok videos now, which honestly really piss me off, that I feel like are targeted to young girls that are like, oh, like, you can just bully men for money. You don't need to, like, have a real job. You don't need to pop anything crazy. You can just bully men. And like, the way they present it is, like, as if it's not sex work also, as if it's just casually, like, there's just so many men that will just text you and they'll just pay you thousands of dollars to be mean to them.
Yeah.
And anyone who's in the industry knows that while that might be true, like, it's not that easy to find those kinds of people. And I feel like I've been in the industry for almost 7 years. The amount of exclusively fin subs that I've met maybe like 3 or 4. Like they almost all have like other kinks that coincide with femdom. Like they want to be humiliated, or they want to be ballbusted, or like sissified, or whatever. Like it's never just I get off paying women. Like that is so rare to find that. Like with my whale sub, I'm like, that is like his main thing.
Yeah.
But that's super rare. And yeah, I think with all like a lot of these people kind of baiting younger, newer girls into the industry and acting like it's not a lot of work, like it's not sex work. And they think they can just join Twitter and like tweet a little bit a day and make all this money. I don't take those people seriously. It's difficult for me to take anyone seriously who's not on like a clip site or like making serious content.
Yeah.
Because also, like, your whole career is just, like, on X, this platform that, like, clearly hates us and is run by someone who definitely hates us and, like, would absolutely ban all of us in a second. Yeah. And it's interesting because I feel like that part of the industry has gotten really oversaturated, like the Twitter part. But I don't feel like the clip industry has hit that same level of oversaturation because they're not taking it seriously.
Yeah, and the clip stuff that you do all the time, it's like real work. It takes time. It takes script writing, preparation, editing.
Like I don't think anyone
distribution,
could argue,
marketing.
Right, that's not work.
Yeah, exactly. So what would your advice be for someone who is just starting Fandom and wants to like get to the level you're at?
I would say get on adult sites as fast as possible. The other thing is I feel like a lot of girls are trying to come in now without being part of like the community at all, which I don't think you'll get very far. I think like, you know, most of my content is solo, but I'm still friends with a lot of the people in the industry. Like, I feel like it's important to have, maybe not like you don't need a ton of friends, but you need some connections and like some people who, also people that you can talk to. It sucks to not have people that you can talk to. Like vanilla friends don't really understand.
It's a crazy industry, yeah. It can make you feel really isolated without the community.
Definitely. Like, I don't know what I would be feeling or where I would be if I didn't have so many dom friends. Yeah. But I just think, that my best advice would be get on the clip sites, find a niche that works for you, and then just become as good as you can at creating videos in that niche. Because the other thing is I think a lot of new doms try every niche. I definitely did that. But eventually your fans will kind of tell you what they like the most from you, and you can really lean into that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's solid advice. And on the Patreon, there's going to be a little section on the business side of things. I'm going to be picking your brain about, like, on your workflow and how you stay organized.
Love that.
So yeah, keep your eyes out for that. What is something that you've outgrown in findoming or a rule you thought you had to follow that you no longer follow?
Like I said, I think it's more like my personality, because I am pretty dominant in my naturally in my day-to-day life and conversations. So I don't know why I ever felt like I had to like build up my persona even more. I really noticed like in my old clips, because I have never deleted my clips, so in my really old clips, I feel like I changed my voice. I can't even do it now, but I just feel like I was trying like a sexy dom voice, I guess. And now it's so cringy to me. I'm so curious about it now. I'm like, I gotta look it up now. It's so cringy to me now, because now I feel like my clips are like my normal speaking voice, maybe like a little bit more attitude, but yeah, like I don't think that there's anything like not dominant about, like I said, being nice or being playful or like just showing more of my genuine personality. But I felt like before I was like a lot more like rigid and like, and also picturing kind of like, you know, like now I'm wearing leather, but I'm definitely not like the classic leather BDSM dom aesthetic. Yeah, I feel that way too. Like, so I have clips where I'm in like a sundress. You know? Like I love that kind of like I love like the innocent looking look too, and then being super dominant in like a cute little sundress. It's so cute. What is your biggest pet peeve about the findom niche? That's a good one. I guess probably, like I said, a lot of subs calling themselves fin subs and them actually not being fin subs at all. What are they then? Fetishists? Yeah. Maybe they're submissive. But like I said, I just feel like it's so rare that I've actually met subs that like genuinely get off on paying and that's what they want. Like I think it's usually mingled in with other fetishes, and that a lot of the times Findom just becomes like expensive femdom.
Yeah. It's like buying a clip is not being a fin sub.
That was probably what annoys me the most.
Tipping is not a fin sub.
That makes me crazy when I like message a sub and I'm like, okay, you need to send, and they're like, well, I bought 5 clips. I'm like, okay,
that's the price of the clip,
right? You paid for a service, like you paid for a good, and now
you have the video,
right?
That's it's crazy when they say stuff like that. Okay, last question about findoming. Have you ever had to deal with jealousy in the industry due to being really successful and really out about it, and how do you navigate it?
I'm sure there are people that are jealous. Like I've definitely thought about that, especially with like the I Want Clips series, like the Fox Files, because I've definitely posted like some bigger drains, but I hadn't like shared the amount of like luxury and stuff that I had. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't really interact with people like that, so I don't know how they, like I said, I'm sure that there are people that are jealous, but I feel like I kind of have like a bubble that I don't see it.
I wanted to ask that because I find that the femdom community is generally like so supportive. Like every time there's a win, like my experience has, everyone's celebrating. And that's something I really love about the community.
Yeah.
Like online and in person.
Right. And I feel like most of the people that I follow and like my mutuals are really supportive. So whenever I posted a big drain, like it's nothing but positive feedback.
Yeah.
Occasionally there's some like weird baby dom comment that's like, I don't know why I don't get stuff like this.
Oh.
Like
do you get the ones that try to poach your subs in the comments and stuff?
Yeah, which is also funny because like I don't know, like most of my subs aren't even, I don't even find most of them on Twitter, but also most of I don't own subs, like I said, at this point. So it's not even like I'm like forcing them to only pay me or anything. Yeah. They just, a lot of them prefer to.
Yeah. It's nice when it's like, I think it's really nice when you don't have to interact with all the negative energy and you're like, this is where my peace is at. Yeah. And you're like, going to join in my world or not.
I think that's part of also why I didn't want to own subs anymore, because I had definitely a couple points earlier in my career that I owned a sub who I'd only been speaking to for a few months, and then they're messaging other doms or they're tweeting stuff that made me look bad, or just like I didn't want those people like sullying up my brand. Or also like having doms DM me and be like, hey, I think your own sub is like in my DMs right now, and I know that they're getting a weird like ego thing from that. I was like,
I hate that.
I was just like, I don't want my name on anyone at this point.
Yeah. I hate that. Like the fact that they were like,
like a weird,
yeah, cum racks can be passed around, you know?
Exactly.
Cum racks can be passed around.
I'm like, I'm not jealous of him. Are you kidding?
Yeah, like, take from him, too. Okay, to close this segment, what is next for Valentina Fox? Like, what are you manifesting right now?
I feel like that's kind of where I'm like, I'm definitely kind of at not a crossroad. I'm definitely I feel like I'm ready for, like, the next level or the next step, and I'm not really sure what that's going to be yet. I've always kind of thought about like a studio. Like I love who is it? Miss Roper, I think, has like a studio in Florida.
Yes, yeah.
Like I would love the idea of doing something like that. Because I love the production side. Like I love lighting, I love sets, like I love that kind of thing. I would love to like help people with photo shoots or like help people make their clips look really aesthetic.
I need your help to make my clips look aesthetic.
Yours look great.
It's a work in progress. It's like I feel like there's more for me to be doing, and I'm like, you know, there's work to be done. Yeah,
but yeah, I've definitely thought about that, like kind of helping more on like the production side. I think I could be really useful, and that would be really fulfilling for me.
Would you have it in LA?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just not 100% sure about it, but it's definitely something I've been like playing around with the idea of for a while. Or if it would be like Miss Roper, like having people shoot there and then I would post the clips, or if I think I would kind of prefer to just have a space that like they can pay for me to come help, but then it's like their content.
Yeah. Okay, I'm excited for it. Like that's gonna be the place I'm using every time I'm in LA and doing collabs and you know shooting.
Yeah, I think something like that would be really nice. And yeah, because I feel like a lot of people, that's where I think a lot of people struggle with clips is like the production quality. And I had a lot of experience coming into it because I was a makeup artist and I'd been working on set for years. And I was friends with a lot of photographers and videographers, so I just like understood how that stuff worked.
Yeah, your videos are gorgeous.
Thank
Your
you.
makeup's always on point, the lighting, the way you like edit the sounds together.
Thank you.
And I'm excited for the Patreon episode where we talk all about your process.
I
So
love video production. So that part is always
we can tell you're
like-
passionate about it from just looking at the trailers itself too.
Yeah. So I feel like that would be a fun next step.
Well, thank you, Valentina Fox, for being on.
Thank you.
And
This was great.
I can't wait to see more of you.
Yeah. I'm excited, and yeah, I loved this.
Yeah. We should hang out more.
Definitely.
Yeah, when I'm in LA, absolutely.
Definitely.
Thanks for watching this episode of Uncensored with MX Tomie. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're a very good sub. And don't forget to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Patreon, and all the other apps that I'm on. I'll see you on the next one.